I just spent the weekend in Utah at a Wolfpack get together, and so I spent some good time with conservatives because Wolfpack's nonpartisan, and so I beat up on conservatives all the time. Let's keep it real, right? Of course, everybody knows that, and I think for good reason. And there's a lot that we disagree on, and a lot that I get passionate about. And that's okay, and that's good. That's America, that's democracy, and we're supposed to have a battle of ideas, etc. But the one thing that I want to make clear is that there is both a really good thing about conservatives and there's one issue we should not be divided on. So the good thing about conservatives is that they are more skeptical of the mainstream, and they're more skeptical of politicians. So when Wolfpack volunteers go to talk to people at their doors, and they go to Democratic voters, are politicians corrupt? And they go to Republican voters, are politicians corrupt? The Republican voters, more overwhelmingly, both sides do it, but even more so for the Republicans and the conservatives, say, yes, they're corrupt. And they're right. And your natural distrust of the system and how it is rigged is also correct. And I know why you get so frustrated by the mainstream media, because they keep telling you pretty little lies about how, no, the politicians are honorable people. And you're right. No, they take donor money and they do as they're told. So I like that distrust. You're right about that. Don't lose that. And I would argue conservatives are more distrustful, and I know that has led to some conspiracy theories, etc., that drive me crazy and that are not correct. But, guys, if you want the conspiracy, it's wide out in the open. It's right there for you. Politicians take millions, or in total billions of dollars, from the rich and the powerful, whether they're multinational corporations or foreign countries. I'm not just talking about Russia, Saudi Arabia, Israel, our allies, sometimes our enemies, it doesn't matter. And also from incredibly wealthy people here in the country. And the media tells you, you're crazy if you think the politicians then act based on the millions of dollars they've got. Well, no. You're not the one who took the crazy pill. They're the one who took the crazy pill. And that's why they've lost trust of the audience and of the American people. And they keep crying about it. Like, why? Why won't they believe us? Because you say preposterous things. Like right now, when I say politicians are dishonest, almost everybody in the country agrees with me. Almost everyone on television disagrees with me. And they think that I'm uncouth and uncivil for saying that. But you think they're giving millions of dollars for their health? No. You think they're giving millions of dollars because they care about the country? Of course not. They're giving millions of dollars as an investment. They invest in the politicians, and do the politicians do what they want? Yes. No matter how much CNN and MSNBC tell you, and by the way, Fox News tells you for the Republican Party, that they don't, that they're honorable people and they're fighting for you. No, they do exactly as they're told. That's what the bribes are for. And yes, they're bribes, and yes, it's corruption. And so conservatives, when you don't believe the media on that and you're skeptical of the establishment, of the corruption, you are right. You are right. So that doesn't mean that I agree with you on other things. I don't, okay? But on this issue, we must stick together. We must. So otherwise we have no chance. Otherwise the establishment and the elite will rule us forever, okay? So we'll fight on everything else. Guns, abortion, budgets, you name it, let's fight. But on this, we got to stick together. And we got to fight the corruption together. So you know what I think. I think Wolfpack's the right idea. wolf-pack.com. Get money out of politics. So conservatives, what's the one thing that Fox News and your propaganda machine has lied to you about? They tell you, oh, public financing is bad. It gives money to politicians. No. The politicians get money either way. They either get it from us or they get it from really rich donors. Now, if they get it from us, they might serve us. If they get it from the rich donors, you know they're serving the rich donors. That's the conspiracy. And they're not even hiding it. It's not Q, it's not Anon, it's not this, it's not that. It said they just give them bags of money. They give them bags of money. We used to call that a bribe. But now CNN tells you, no, 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 no. It's not a bribe. It's wonderful. And they're honest politicians who don't care about the millions of dollars that were given to them. Lies. It's not true. I don't know if they are intentionally lying or unintentionally lying. It's not important. When Fox News tells you don't do public financing because that costs money, are you insane? You know how much money it saves? Just the top 200 corporations that gave to politicians between 2010 and 2015 gave $5.8 billion. They didn't give $6 billion for their health. They're not allowed to. They did it for a profit. You know how much they got back in taxpayer support and subsidies? $4.4 trillion. That's where the real money is. You privately finance elections, and our politicians serve private interests. On that one, don't let Fox News lie to you. Don't let Rush Limbaugh lie to you, okay? You publicly finance elections, and they might, just might, work for us. And the amount that it costs to publicly finance elections is nothing. It's nothing compared to the trillions of dollars that they're robbing us of, our hard-earned taxpayer money, year in, year out. The elites, yes, who are the elites? You say it's, the politicians corrupt. Conservatives, you are right. Who do you think corrupted them? Who do you think the elites are? Those are the donors that give the money to the politicians so that they do as they are told, okay? So understand what the real problem is. End the private financing. Otherwise, they will always work for those private interests and those donors. Call it what it is. It is corruption. It is legalized bribery. So let's fight on everything else. But conservatives and progressives that care about this country, you got to come together for the sake of democracy and end the corruption. So wolf-pack.com. But if there's a conservative group out there like Take Back Our Republic that represents you better in all of your views, then work with them, okay? But whatever you do, if we don't get the money out, they're going to serve their donors for the rest of the time. And that's the corruption that you feel in your bones that's keeping you down, that has rigged the system. You are right. They did rig the system. And the people who did it are obvious. It's the people who bought our politicians.